What's going on, everybody? As promised, I have the much more complicated way to make money in Tier 3 design that I have for myself that gives us living alloy gears at the top. Now this design is a lot more complicated than the previous design I did, but it will earn you money around 8 times as quickly. I'll put a link to the video for the diamond charm setup in the description if you're looking for an easier build. This makes money, but it's a lot more complicated. So the things that you're going to need to build this are 2 titanium mines, 2 Resinite mines, a furnace, a press, a dual assembler, 2 normal assemblers, 4 elevator containers, 2 filter containers, and 2 limit containers, rounding up to be around $5.8 billion. First thing we're going to want to do is start with our furnace and place that pointing away from the back and 5 blocks from the back. We'll also want that to be as far left as we can make it, similar to over here. Is my demonstration. If you're starting on the corner, you're going to just want to put it to the edge of your base. Next thing you want to do is place down your press halfway connected to your furnace with 2 blocks touching the furnace and 2 blocks free, like so. And then after that, go ahead and connect the furnace and the press using a short conveyor. For the next step, you're going to want to place a medium block in front of the press and place an elevator container right on top. Once you have that down, go ahead and place a short conveyor pointed away from the back on the side furthest from the back, and connect a line of small blocks away from it on the top left corner of the elevator, like so, and top it with a short conveyor. Next thing is to make a platform for 2 straight conveyors, so we will need a rectangle of small blocks in a 2x6 fashion. Like so, and top it off with our 2 straight conveyors. After this, we'll go to the other side and place small blocks in a 2x3 fashion right here, as well as another one 2 blocks down the line right here. And after that, we'll place filter containers on both of them adjacent to the conveyor belt and make sure that the yellow arrow is pointed away. And after that, make another square of small blocks on top of the remaining small blocks, like so. And these will be to hoist elevator containers above the filter containers. And for the record, it doesn't matter which way you have the elevator container rotated, as it'll just change which side the contents are displayed on. Next, you're going to want to delete all of these building materials because, I mean, you can keep them, but the whole setup looks a lot cleaner without them. But don't delete the remaining small blocks in front of the filters because we're going to put short conveyors on them. And after you place those there, you can delete them if you want. Next, you're going to want to place 2 large platforms in a fashion like this, so that the middle of them is in the middle of the 2 blocks that were not filled, right here. And then we are going to do a T fashion with small blocks like this, surrounding the elevator. And that's all we're going to do for that. And then after, for reference, don't place this down, but I'm just going to see where this would be. Okay. Place a medium block right there at the end, or at the edge of these two, and an elevator on top. And I am copying this design so that I get it as correct as possible, because this took around 30 minutes of planning and editing to get this just right, and I want to make sure that I copy it. And this is my own design, so I want to make sure that it's as correct as possible. So place blocks connecting to the elevator like this, and another 2 straight, and another 2 next to it, like so. And after that, just looking at what I did. Okay. Place small blocks in a fashion like this, a 2 by 7 streak. So that'll be 14 small blocks. Like so. And on every single, or in sets of 2, so for the first 2 and 2 later, so that'll be right here, do another square of 2 by 2, and another one right here. And these will be for the filter conveyor or containers, I believe. Yes. Now to add some conveyors on top, just do what I do. So 1 straight conveyor on top of those, 2 short conveyors pointed towards the back. If I can, there we go. Another short conveyor pointed towards the right, and then 2 straight conveyors following the same pattern. Next we're going to add 2 filter container or limiter containers, the blue boxes with the arrow pointed to the back. And then we're going to add a couple large platforms like so. And we're going to place 2 assemblers on top. Next up, don't delete these blocks yet. Get another large platform and place them as far back as you can get them, like so. And I'm actually going to readjust where this is so that I can fit another one next to it. After that, you can delete these 2 top large platforms just so that we can build underneath. I'm going to place our cell. Doesn't really matter where the cell is. Right here, you can place it over here, doesn't matter. Just as long as these 2 assemblers will be dropping into it. Connect one to the other using a straight conveyor. And now you can delete these and delete all of the top platforms, because we will need to have them removed in order to place the dual assembler. And next, just top this off with the dual assembler, putting the back end of it towards the back end of the T. And finally, once you've done that, you can start placing your resources. So connect 2 straight conveyors to the furnace like so. And then whichever one you want to do first. I did titanium and then resinite, but you can switch them around if you want. It really does not matter. take these out as well, just to clean this up a little bit. And when you have at least one down, you're not going to place the other one, you're going to place a large platform so that the tops match. And then you're going to delete it and place another large platform. This makes it so we can put one on top of the other without any space in between, like so. So whichever one you decided where they went to go, since my first one is like this, I'm going to keep it uniform. Delete these two and place the bottoms ones in the same fashion. So you've done that. I like to clean up what I've done a little bit more, but the last thing you want to do is place a couple of chutes so that the top ones can drop as well. Doesn't matter where, as long as at least one block is the opening block to the drills. And one thing I forgot to do is place the contingency plan. And all it will do is if these limiter containers run out of space, it'll make it so they can respawn, so to speak. The reason why we have to do that is because there's this weird bug where the limit containers don't work unless the item is moving on the track. So we always have to keep the track moving. That has to be one block lower. Make sure that you can line up the conveyors. But anyway, you'll have to make it so the track never stops, and that is to say, if one gets right here and then all of these stop, these boxes won't pick them up. So if it gets full and there's no room for the conveyors or for the assemblers to take any more, and it keeps going, it'll just respawn in the box below. So fill this up with short conveyors. And the chance that this will happen is pretty low, but it's not impossible. Place a short conveyor right there so that the box can pick it up. Once you have that done, I like to make it so all of my cubes and boxes or blocks are out of the picture, just so that it can look more uniform. But that's how it's done. These will do its job, and you can repeat this across your base and on the other side as well. Just make sure that the back boxes are close together and without any space in between. That way you can fit 3 of these setups onto one side of your base, and since this is so short, you can fit another 3 over here. And I will show you what it will look like if your entire base is filled up with these in just a second. these final touches, I will have completed 6 of the 12 that you can do with 2 plots, or another 6, making 18 if you have this third plot, which you should. And again, this is all on one plot, but has the same amount of chains as it would if we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And already it's gotten way more than the diamond charm setup, nearly double. And so the nice part about this is that you can have 2 of these stacked on top of each other because of how I designed it. And you can fit them both on one plot. I hope you guys found this helpful enough, and thank you so much for watching. If you did find this helpful, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so that you can find more of my content. And if you have any questions about any of these build setups, feel free to leave a comment down below. With that being said, I bid you all a good day.